So I would like to invite Vasanti Naidu, Director, Talent Acquisition, Intel India. And oh, she's live here. It'll be good if you can unmute yourself, Vasanti.
There you go.
Okay, great. So welcome, Vasanti. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Preeta. It's a pleasure actually connecting with everybody virtually. So I'll do a quick intro. Vasanti Naidu, I'm the talent acquisition leader for Intel India. Been at Intel for about 15 and a half years. And this is like a great opportunity for me to be with this elite group that I would say who's all ears and eyes in terms of the kind of initiatives that we're taking from a diversity standpoint. So I'm here to talk about, again, the Women Returnee Program. While I understand that each of us have different initiatives that we're driving in this space, Intel is also kind of taking the lead in terms of diversity, of course. I think it's been like a long journey that I would say from a diversity standpoint. I would say when we started off, it was diversity. Over a period of time, it's moved to inclusion. So keeping that in mind, I'll just start off in terms of the program itself, right? The Women to Returnee program at Intel is being coined in terms of a word known as home to office, or we call it H2O. It's more popularly known as H2O. It's a flagship program. It actually would, the focus is in terms of bringing women back to work from all the career breaks due to family reasons or personal needs and whatever the reason could be, right? As all of us know, most of the women drop out of professional life and careers to attend to the personal needs. Either it could be marriage, family, children, or anything else. And more often, they do want to come back, but they really want to see what is the right opportunity and what is the right forum for them to come back. So that is where I think organizations like us, we play a very, very important and critical role to giving them that comfort as well, right? So this is one program that we've actually designed at Intel to facilitate the comeback, right? As a diversity and inclusion focused company, we have a huge need to bring in diverse workforce into the workplace. And it's also important the kind of elements that has been associated in terms of the bringing women in this space. Now, how do we facilitate the transition from a career break to the workplace? It's very, very important when someone has actually taken a break, whether be it's a month or a two or a year or a two, right? We need to ensure that it's a win-win for the employer and for the employee. So what we do is it's more like a gradual return. At Intel, what we do, we give them the opportunities in terms of saying either they come as like through an internship program, work through like a project for a short stipulated time, or secondly it is more about coming on a contract basis to the duration that they are comfortable, and they will be able to assess in terms of saying, hey, whether I'm in this comfort space or comfort person who I can work with, or it is also about refreshing their memory in terms of the skills and the projects that they worked on in the past as well. So giving the shorter stipulated time for them to actually perform, make themselves comfortable, or even just the hiring managers comfortable, it's very, very important. And post which, that's the time we either party would actually evaluate and say, hey, this is something that we've taken in terms of a right decision. And if there's an opportunity that we look at a conversion, right? So that is how we've been able to make this program very, very successful at Intel. It's actually not been a very easy journey because we started off sometime in 2015, and then there's greater acceptance in 2016 or 17. And there was so much of I would say there's so much of advocacy that we actually, started off around this program. It's just not specifically to this program. It's overall from a D&I journey itself, right? We've done umpteen number of things, and one is in the hiring space. The second would be actually in retention. The third would be in, of course, progression. From a hiring space, while we've actually taken focused efforts, this is one of the programs that actually stands in for us in terms of a flagship program. So like I said, it was just not easy because the journey has been like really, really long to make this more successful. Because it's also about how do we change the mindset of the women candidates who've actually gone on a break and bringing them back on building courage. And also it's also about giving them the comfort for them to actually execute in the corporate environment, right? And just nudging them saying, hey, nothing is impossible and we can make it happen between managing your personal needs and even the professional needs. So that was one of the biggest one. The second one is also about awareness about the program and the external ecosystem. So that's another big challenge in terms of how do we do this. And so, we just took baby steps and we are in a better shape today. The third one is actually in terms of the talent that is available in the market with the kind of technology that we're working on, right? If you know, Intel is actually a company, and in terms of the skills, sometimes it's very complex. Sometimes it probably is most available there. And if we see in terms of diverse population, the number is not huge. So it is a challenge for us to actually go and reach out to those apt candidates who could be suitable for the kind of requirements that we have. The last one is also about what kind of sources that we can target in terms of getting these candidates, right? With the social media becoming like in there right now, I think it's getting easier for us to go and target those candidates as well. And so we are in a better position, from maybe it's 2019 or so, right? So this is all about the program. Now, a couple of things that I do want to kind of share with you all is, and in terms of advocacy for this program, while Intel is actually, the companies amongst the various other companies in terms of, creating those initiatives to ensure that DNI is in the mainstream, we've actually taken various initiatives in every vector, I would say. So in Intel India, it was few years back, I would say it was in conversation, the conversations were only happening in women only forums. We actually made some significant strides, I would say, to ensure that, hey, all of us together, whether it's women or it is the men, we need to come together to further this agenda. It can't just be a women-led program, or it can't also just be like, HR driven program. It has to be a partnership. Men and women, business and HR, all of us need to bring this together in terms of solutions and make it more inclusive in terms of a workplace. So we started a lot more in terms of dialogue engagement with the leadership. So we ensured that actually the leadership were great advocates for y'all. And so that is how we actually made DNI a mainstream topic. So it is not something a very different topic for us. This has become a part of a conversation in every bit of it, right? Whether it's project execution, whether it's talent hiring, whether it's progression, it's development, we do question and we have this conversation about, so what are we doing for the senior women, for the women who need to get into the technical path, for the women who are at a junior grade, and how do we up level them, right? Or it is also about from a women to returnee program, we're talking about the H2O program candidates, wherein how do we upskill them? It's also very important. Some of them would actually lose that kind of a touch in terms of the skills that they were working on. So how do we provide a refresher? So how do we upskill them? So those are conversations that we started having on a constant basis. And so this is not new at all. And so the second piece that we also started doing is the gender sensitization workshop. While we actually started at the very top in terms of the leaders and people who are hiring, the hiring managers, but over a period of time, I must say that this also went to every employee. while I'm very, very proud to say actually we have about 95% of our managers participated in this gender sensitization workshop, and we've got absolutely great feedback. And these are the managers who've gone again, they've actually done a pass down to their teams. We now know that every employee within the organization know the value of bringing in diverse workforce, into the company, the kind of value that they add, the kind of perspectives, the kind of views that they give, right? So those are some things that we've actually seen that is playing to our advantage over here. The other one is also that we ensure that the business leaders at least park like 20 to 30% of their time in specific meetings or open forums or town halls that we call it, to talk about diversity related programs or initiatives. I would correct myself, it's not just diversity, but it's also inclusion. So we ensure that we bring in those programs or initiatives, and we ensure that they become advocates for us as well. We also show them in terms of indicators saying, hey, how have we progressed over a period of time? And how this has actually given us results and outcomes, which is actually very, very positive for the organization. So that's something that we actually lead very, very consciously in every business meeting. The last piece that I do want to touch upon is about how do we actually look at representation in different forums as well. We do ensure that we have senior diverse people, senior diverse candidates being in different forums, whether it's on meetings or whether it's about critical meetings where we actually take decisions, right, for any kind of project execution, where there are exchange of ideas. So we ensure that they're part of that. The second piece is also at the time of hiring, say even for a home to office program, we ensure that we do have a diverse set of panel interviewing candidates or assessing candidates so that there is no biasness in that. So we ensure that we do have women representation in different forums, meetings, panels, all of it. And so it has become part of our interventions or a behavior. So it has been like a continuous journey for us to do different things every year, keep us challenging, and ensure that we bring in more and more advocates into the organization.
Is there anything else that you would like to add, Vasanti?
No, thank you so much, actually, for this opportunity. It's a pleasure, and I'm hoping that this is a great forum for us to network even further. It's not
Yeah.
just this one panel discussion.
Yes.
I'm sure we can actually form cohorts and take this forward in terms of our industry itself,
Yeah.
just not individual companies. So I'm really looking forward for that as well.
Yeah, same here. And of course, I'll connect you to our Herky team so that we have more engagements with leaders like you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Preeta.
you.
Thank you, everyone, for listening in. Yep.
Thank
Bye.
you, Vasanti, for a great session.